What's going on, guys? White Fox 1225 here with another video. Today we're going to talk about a game that kind of surprised me about how excited I was about it. That game is Project Cars. So I'm not actually a big racing fan, but this game kind of caught my eye. It looks pretty cool. It looks kind of something new and fresh for the racing games. For me, every racing game pretty much looks the same. I actually haven't played one in a really long time, but Project Cars looks like something really cool. So it's a racing sim. It's not like Need for Speed or anything like that. Its goal, it really is to be as realistic as possible, and it looks like it did a pretty good job about that. So in this video, I'm just going to tell you guys everything you need to know about the game and everything to look forward to. We got a lot of cool features, so let's just get started. So what caught my eye about Project Cars is really how long it's been in development and how much the developers really seem to care about the game. It's been in development for I think over 2 years, and it's been in like sort of a community driven like testing phase for people who like pre-ordered it and were involved for like over a year, and they've really been refining it. They actually delayed the release a couple times. The release is now in mid-May. It was actually scheduled for March, then it got pushed to April, and then it got pushed to mid-May. So they're really trying to do like as much as possible, and I've heard really positive things from the people who have played this game. Not only in like the professional area like IGN, but also just regular people who have tried it, and they all seem to really like it. And other than that, it's such a big game, and really what it's featured and what I've seen for it looks really cool. So let's just get started talking about it. So first off, I just want to talk about probably one really important part of a racing game, which is actually the cars themselves. There are loads of cars in this game, and not only just a lot of cars, a huge variety of cars. So there are off-roading cars. I think there's going to be like tracks maybe in the dirt and stuff. That's what it looks like from some images I've seen. That looks really cool. There are like karts that look really awesome, and then there are like the super cars, like these prototypes that aren't going to come out probably ever, but they have like these cool prototypes that these companies have made that you can drive in. Then they also have like, you know, your other sports cars and stuff you would expect, your more racing cars. But definitely looks like they have like cars that you would do drag racing in. I'm not a car expert, but I don't know what to call it. But definitely a lot of kind of racing in this game, and there's just a huge amount of cars to race. There's definitely, I think, over 100, I think I've heard, which might not sound like a lot, but trust me, it definitely is for a racing game. Just definitely lots of cool stuff coming out in terms of the cars. There aren't customizable, which makes me a little upset. I hope that you can customize the color and stuff. I know you can't upgrade them like internally and stuff like that. That's something I kind of like and I sort of would look forward to. But you know, I'm sure it's kind of like a racing sim, so they kind of want to make them, you know, as realistic as possible and give you the best car to start with. Hopefully we can still like do a custom paint job or something, because that would be pretty cool. Next, let's talk about the driving. So, from what I've heard, the driving is maybe the best part of this game. I've heard it's really realistic, really crisp and smooth. I know they worked really hard in the physics, from what I've heard. And also, I know it uses the same physics engine as Need for Speed, the shift titles for Need for Speed. I'm not a big Need for Speed guy. I really haven't played that game, and I haven't even heard of it. But if you have, they use that, but apparently they improved upon that vastly. And from what I've heard, that was a pretty well received title for Need for Speed, so I mean, sounds pretty good to me. Again, I'm not a huge Need for Speed player, but apparently they worked with like real drivers. A lot of real drivers were involved in this, not even just in the physics, but also in like the voiceovers. They got real people from his crew to do the audio and stuff. So obviously having people involved in the industry, the racing industry, being involved in a racing game is obviously something you want. So that sounds pretty cool. Next, let's talk about the type of game modes that you can actually play in the game. So there's career mode, there's community mode, and there's online mode. So career mode is basically like the solo. You can just race, like do individual races if you want, but the career is sort of like the franchise mode. If you guys ever played like a sports game or something, basically what you do is you just create a character, and then you get to pick a motorsport. You can't do all of them just because I think they really want to make it realistic, which is kind of the focus of the game. So you can focus on like, I think like off-roading or like drag racing, or just like, I don't know, I'm not a big racing guy like I've said, but you have to pick like a certain area to focus on, and then I guess from there it's like a realistic career. You can like, you have to sign to like with like agents and stuff, you have to win championships, you can like get sponsorships, you know, get contracts and all that good stuff. So what I've heard, it's pretty realistic and it's pretty fun. I'm actually a big fan of franchise modes in games like this, so I'll definitely be checking it out. Other than that, guys, we got the online mode, which is probably what most people are excited for. I'm really excited for it too. It doesn't need a lot of explanation, but what the online mode is just racing other people. I'm sure most of you guys could figure that out. But what you do is just like you can do private matches or you can do public matches, and you can just kind of set up your own sort of race. You get to pick the track, the kind of sport, and all that good stuff. Honestly, I haven't played a racing game like this in a while, and I'm pretty excited to play online. That's pretty much why I'm buying this game. I'm sure a lot of people are buying it for that reason. I've heard the online is pretty good. I'm just really excited for it, and that's probably the part of the game I'm most excited for. Then you have the community mode. They've been really quiet about what this is. From what I've heard and what I'm pretty sure it is, it's like you can like try to beat your friends and like their high score, and like, so picture like you can do like solo missions, kind of like in Hitman Absolution, if you guys ever played that. There were solo missions, but you could try to beat your friends, and that was sort of like the online. So you're just trying to kind of beat other people's score. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's what makes most sense to me, and I can't really think about anything else, but yeah. That's what it sounds like. So there's career, online, and this community mode. Those are the 3 game modes coming, and pretty much it sounds like a lot of the content. Obviously, because online is like pretty much endless, and then the franchise sounds pretty huge too. Other than that, guys, one feature that this game has that's really cool is it is going to support virtual reality. It works with the Oculus Rift. I'm not sure about others. I know they've talked about the Oculus Rift, but I'm sure it'll work with the Sony one or whatever they're coming out with. I'm not a huge guy who's into the virtual reality. I'll definitely get one when it comes out, but it does support it. So if you have an Oculus Rift like right now, I think you could just go from the when it comes out and use that. Definitely, first person racing is going to be really cool. It'll actually feel like you're there. It's definitely something that's pretty exciting. I know lots of people are excited about this being in virtual reality. But that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Other than that, I just thought I'd show you a picture of my car that I just got, just because we're on the topic of cars. It's the one on the left. It's a Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's 2006. It's automatic. I'm really loving it right now. I'm kind of obsessed with it. But yeah, I just got it, so I figured I should let you guys see it. The one on the right is my friend's. It's a 1995 Camaro. That one's standard. Yeah, so guys, tell me what you think about the game in the comments. I hope you're as excited as I am, and when this comes out, I'll definitely be doing some first impressions and all that good stuff. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on upcoming games like Crowfall and Firewatch. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay tuned for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.